And we're going to bring this to you every month. Just call 377-1800, ask for Peter, and we'll tell you all the details on how you can watch Cage Combat and how you can go see it live yourself. I mean, wouldn't you like to sit at ringside and then look at the broadcast later and see yourself on camera?
Well, if you don't have the time to do that, just turn on Channel 12. Watch Sports Watch. Sports Watch airs Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7. Not necessarily always Cage Combat. We do all kinds of sports. T-ball, Cage Combat. Everything in between. Swimming, water polo, baseball, you name it.
Ice skating, boxing press conferences. We bring you everything.
Every sport that applies to this hill, at least to San Pedro on the Palos Verdes Peninsula, and even beyond that, we will give to you.
Sure. Anything that's of interest to the viewers. And Giovanni just got taken down.
This is Giovanni Lemm versus John Piero.
He had John against the ring, not the ring, the fence at one time. But now Giovanni's on the ground, and now John's on top. He's regained what little momentum he had before, because Giovanni started out a little bit strong. Giovanni's trying to counter with some blows, but they're very glancing once again. You know, one thing about the submission move, since it limits the mobility of each fighter, it's very difficult to get in a really good blow as opposed to something glancing.
It's true.
I think John now has the edge. He seems to be throwing the heavier of the punches.
Slapping going on, some heavy slapping. Oh, punching. You can hear those slaps even up here.
The slaps can be very, very damaging to a fighter's psyche because the sting just takes a lot out of you. Hey, look at those slapping. Look at the heavy slapping and punching.
John Piero is one of the most aggressive fighters we've seen in this sport. I think he has a perfect ring record as far as we can tell.
Well, you could put up a pretty good argument with that from the way he's fighting tonight.
Definitely. But then Giovanni, he's very strong.
He's hanging in there, but look at the blows that John is doing with his left and his right, slapping, punching. Now Giovanni's attempting to hold him on the back, and then now trying to do some slaps in the back, but he just doesn't seem to have the strength or the momentum to tear John off him.
He's putting some hits in there, a lot of them. Now I can see that Giovanni doesn't have blue suede tennis shoes, but he seems to have some leg guards. Oh,
wow.
Over his pants. Oh my gosh.
Now he's kicking him in the pants.
Oh my gosh.
Now both fighters are up.
Oh, now
John's got, not John, Giovanni's got him at an arm lock. A headlock. Now an arm lock.
Arm lock and a headlock?
Yeah, well, a headlock before, then he had his...
Oh, look at this! He throws him
what
over.
A flip.
I can't believe it.
Body slammed him.
Body slammed. Giovanni's on the ground. John Piero's on top, just beating on him.
Well, John's certainly on top, I'll tell you that. Giovanni's trying to get him off by having some pressure against John's neck, trying to bend the neck a bit so he could get him off. Yeah. And now he's trying some blows to the back, but it's not
happening. Yeah. Looks like these guys are getting a little tired here, too. John Piero trying to... Oh.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, that's exciting. Can you believe this?
A lot of different maneuvers being tried by both fighters so they could score the submission.
Whoa. Giovanni trying to do an overturn there. Not too successful.
Oh! Well, he got on top now.
Giovanni's on top. He's on his head. My God.
He's trying to apply a chokehold to John, but now John's trying to he tried to do some maneuver, but he's kind of stuck now.
What an overturn. This is an overturn. I could not believe this. Giovanni Lemm on top of John Piero. John working out to flip it. Yep, turns it over a little bit.
He's got his legs wrapped around the neck of John.
Interesting, John is
cut off
both hands together, so he can't get him in an arm lock.
Right, he tried to cut off the supply of blood to the brain that would make the other fighter pass out, but John snapped up to his feet. But John looks so exhausted from that.
Giovanni
kicking at the legs.
Yeah, you can tell he's breathing hard here, too.
Very hard.
Out of breath.
It took a lot out of him.
Yeah.
Even though he was the aggressor during a lot of that, it took a lot out of him.
Yeah,
Remember, a lot of it is stamina and conditioning. You sometimes have a guy that could be winning the fight, but just tap out due to running out of gas.
Oh, there's solar plexus kicks there.
Giovanni's coming out so far.
Both guys are faking kicking there.
John's got Giovanni by the leg and took him down. Giovanni's on the ground, trying to stall off John's offensive.
Just a note, John Piero is 5'5", 160 pounds, from Clovis, California. Now living and training out in Northridge. And one word Vince describes his potential.
Well, he's got a lot of potential tonight. So far, I have him winning against Giovanni. Now, Giovanni's trying to strike back a little bit, but the blows, once again, are very glancing. Now, John's doing a lot of side slapping to the side of the stomach. Well, he did a couple of times. There he goes again.
More slapping, more slaps. You can tell the disadvantage of being at the bottom. You can't. Your hits and your slaps don't really have a whole lot of power from being down there.
Both fighters do, like I said, doing the submission type fighting. Both fighters become close to each other to prohibit movement. Giovanni's trying to
do some slaps, but probably is doing a little damage.
Trying to smack John, but it's not doing some damage. It's doing some damage, but not a lot, really.
Yeah, not from that position. Ooh,
that looked pretty bad.
Yeah.
I sure wouldn't want to be in that position, I'll tell you that.
Both competitors are probably pretty beat by this point.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Physically, literally.
A lot of physical excursion by both fighters.
Now, Giovanni got a little bit of advantage there.
Crowd's on its feet.
Oh, crowd's just going crazy. They're loving this.
Which doesn't do our camera angle too well.
Right. This is a sport where it's mano a mano. You know, it's going for it.
Absolutely.
This is,
We've had a record crowd tonight, too. Record-breaking crowd.
It's packed out. And I think it has a lot to do with us covering the sport.
The publicity's been out. People have been watching Cage Combat. We've had thousands of calls coming into the Cox Communications hotline saying, I want my Cage Combat. More calls will probably be coming in, and hopefully this will generate enough publicity. Guys and gals will go out there, see it live, see a lot of exciting action, then go home later on and see yourselves on TV.
That's right. And this is a really safe sport. No hitting to the head. And these are all members of clubs, various clubs throughout California.
There's always a certain amount of risk in any type of sport, but they do their best to make sure that the safety of their fighter is well secure.
Just a reminder, you're watching Cage Combat. This is Sports Watch on Cox Channel 12.
And so far, John is once again on the offensive, having Giovanni to the ground. Giovanni's trying to slap his way out of it, trying to put his legs around John's lower back, trying to get out of it. Trying to get out of it pretty bad, but John's just too strong for him.
Yeah, those kicks aren't really doing a whole lot.
They're not doing anything at all.
Well, see, Giovanni's setting himself up to get out of that. You see that.
He's trying his best. His best hope, though, is the referee can see.
Oh, John has another.
Exciting action going on right now. The crowd is really lapping this up.
This is exciting. We're mesmerized here.
Everyone is, because you're watching two great athletes go at it in the middle of the ring, pulling all the stops, and you just never know who's going to win a match like this.
As a matter of fact, Megumi Hosagai is downstairs now. She's so excited she had to move downstairs to watch this.
Oh, that's nice. She's
look at that. Giovanni Lemm has overtees on his head again. This is the second time he's done this in this match.
We'll see what John's going to do to get to maneuver the position correctly.
See, if Giovanni had him not long enough, if he could hold him in that long enough, he could choke him out and get a submission out of that.
Very possible, but he lost that chance. John's on top. The referee is breaking it up.
And that's the match.
The match was over, that's why.
The crowd loved it. They just loved it.
Well, they enjoyed a great evening of cage combat tonight.
A great evening of cage combat.